All right, what is up? How's it going? I guess we'll wait for some people to show up. What are we looking at here? Oh, there it goes. We're starting already. Yeah, Bitcoin's still getting stuck at the 618 here. But there are some coins starting to move. All right, we got 3 people in here. What's up, Silver? How you doing, my man? What's up, Cryptomyalysis? What's up, David? What's up, Bryant? Did I do a poll? Guess I didn't. Let me start a poll. Z-Back. Alright, poll started just to help the algorithm out. But what is going on? We got 6 people. Yeah, second stream of the day. But yeah, there's some coins that are starting to try to move here. What does ZBCN do? I forgot about ZBCN. I should have updated it today. Oh, she got stuck at the 382. No. Yeah, every time this thing comes down to the 786, she has a decent little run, but she did get stuck already. So if you can get over 1-2, then possibly a higher highs and play all the way up to 202. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of coins that potentially are going to 2x. And I would say sooner than later. I mean, the move has already started, so. Let's see, high to the low. So 0.5, you're above 3.2, 618, you wicked above. So if you can get over this, you're bullish on the macro chart, and if you can get short term over 14, then this thing may go up to that level. Yeah, we're just not moving. Bitcoin came down a little bit, so there's very select coins that are starting to move up though. XCN, Jasmine, XRP, Bitcoin are coming down. I haven't heard any bad news. It's just the fact that we're not doing anything. The market's not moving. Bitcoin's still stuck. ZBCN got stuck. Everything's just getting stuck. Yeah, there's no bad news. It's just we're not moving. We've been holding over 95K most of the day, but now it's back down below it. But yeah, if we could just get a 3-day candle to close over this, we may be in business. But there's so many so many things screaming bottoms. I don't see why we would not go up. What's up, CD? What's up, Robin the Hood? GFI, is it going up? Yeah, I just did a video on FET. FET's about to... FET may be getting ready to take off. And Viot's moving. Yeah, GFI looks like Jasmine. It's getting stuck at the red box, and the candles are just kind of stuck to it. That's the same thing Jasmine has going on. Still stuck. But if you can get Goldfinch over 94, over this red box. But 786 retracement, the trend, you know, everything down here. They put in the macro bottom. It's just getting stuck at the first resistance level. and then bullish over the double 382. So 94 to 95, and then 195. If you get over that, you're bullish. But it's not a bad spot to be buying in down here at the bottom. Why am I getting random text messages? Come on. Stupid. It looks like she hasn't moved since the last time we looked at her. But if you're bullish on it, a higher high should take you up past the 618, 786 and do a 17x, pretty much $15. If we ever start moving again, like moving. Sent some soul into oblivion today by effing up my wallet address. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. I've done that before. It's not a good feeling. Hopefully it wasn't a lot. That's why you got to just send a little bit, and then if it goes through, just do it again. Bitcoin don't move, nothing will. $1 billion market cap is $50 price tag. $50 on GFI. If you think GFI is going to the moon, then yeah. That's what we have up here, slightly higher high, up to 50, but that's a 60x. I wouldn't personally hold my whole position there. I would take most of my profit out, $786, $15, and then if you let some ride and see if it's gonna hit 50. It's all gonna depend on how high Bitcoin goes, how bullish we are, how many people pile into the market. If it's a little dinky bull run, then a lot of these coins aren't gonna do anything, because the official retracement is 170. That'd be a 200x on GFI. And if GFI does a 200x, then we're all gonna make it. What's up, Kura? Welcome back. You still got your profits from earlier. What's up, hymns? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You talking about the coin? Excuse me, the coin on Deck Screener. Million market cap. Yeah, if that's what you're talking about, this coin still came down a little bit, but it's still holding up very well. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it's not that crazy, but it's at a 1 billion market cap, you said. So yeah, I mean, it could easily get to 2 or 3 billion. Yeah, let's look at this We Love Ass coin real quick. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Alright, so this coin again, you are holding above the 0.5 at 2.2. It doesn't look horrible. I mean, it blew right through the 236, held the 382, so it is respecting the levels here. So once you get over the 618 at 004, Yeah, it's not a bad run. It's 30x just to get to the 1272 at 9. It's not looking too bad where it is. Yeah, there's a coin for everything. And yeah, you held the 236 on the way up, so 0018 as long as you're above that, and 22 you're bullish. Man, what's wrong with my throat? But yeah, there's a lot of these plays like GFI, all these low market cap Coinbase coins. There's gonna be a handful of good plays out there. Yeah, see, we're not back because there's nothing moving. There's only what 15 people in here. It's been like that recently. Just about 20 people hang out, 25, and then we're done. But yeah, let me switch the music. Added a couple new songs on here to mix it up for us. Yeah, I was waiting for DZ to come in too. I don't know if he knows that Viot. What chart did I use? Dang it. Yeah, she's still got no wick. Viot is pushing right now. It's hitting this level perfectly, so if it can get any higher than it is, then it's probably going to shoot to the 382. I guess we'll look at that when he comes in the house. When he comes into the poorhouse with us. What's up, Patrick? Link. Excuse me. Chainlink. Yeah, when's the last time we looked at Chainlink? Let's see what the macro chart. Yeah, Chainlink has been holding up too. She's holding over the 382. Nice looking wick. You're clearly holding higher lows, so that's probably the bottom on it. Unless it clearly breaks the trend and breaks down below the 382. But it looks good here. It hasn't really moved since the last time we looked at it, but this is the monthly candles just to take out the noise. I don't know what we had drawn here. I guess a bear flag. So she's bouncing off of the 382 area. As long as you're over $12, the bottom is in. Breakout's going to be over 21, but a new high should take you up over $31 if it's going to continue this macro market structure off of the bottom. So yeah, we may get a 140% move, you know, over the next weeks and months. Monthly candle. Last time it happened in 3 months from the bottom. But that's what we've been expecting. Bitcoin to start moving up and be bullish for a couple of months. But Chainlink to a new high at the 1272. Chainlink to $100 would give you a 7x. I think it's very possible. And on the high end, a 10x to 150. Yeah, I think Chainlink 1 to 150 is a good fair price. But we are going to have people that are going to hold to ridiculous prices, and they're never going to sell. How's Brett looking? Brett's looking good. Brett to the moon. Yeah, all these coins, Brett, Mog, and Giga, they all hit their bottoms. Yeah, you're over the 382. Up just a little bit since we looked at it last, but it's not looking horrible. The fact that we're getting coins to pump and get bullish over the 382 is a good sign. Especially the coins that came all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, Brett just did a 2x plus. So Brett looking good. It's getting stuck at this area though. If we were to draw a box right here. So if it gets over the 0.5 at about 7.5 pennies, confirmed over 10. But if we can get over 7.5 pennies and move up, excuse me. And then looking at it shorter time frame. Yeah, so as long as you're over that 3-2 and even down, if it comes back down and wicks down where that candle hold at about 5.5, you're still bullish. Jeez. Yeah, it doesn't look bad where it is. Looks like a little bull flag is in play, so the stair step up is continuing just as we watch these coins stair step down. Let me see what FET did. Yeah, FET's starting to go up. Excuse me, I gotta get a drink, I guess. But yeah, this one a double bottom. It held the 786 with sideways, and she's starting to move from the bottom. Music is a little loud. Yeah, is the music loud, everyone? It's at the same level it always is. Do you guys want me to turn it down? There, I turned it down a notch. Should be good now. Alright, what are we looking at? Blast on Coinbase. Got a feeling we're going down, slow bleed back down for the next month. Man, I hope not. I hope you're wrong. Yeah, we're going to wait and see what happens. It's either going to go up or down. Or sideways, I guess. What did we say? Blast? Blast on Coinbase. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to show y'all. But we've seen a lot of coins do this, hitting double bottoms in some form or fashion. It's doing the same thing it did last time, so we'll see if it can follow through. So the question is that the bottom? Yeah, there's no telling on this coin until macro you get over 4 and then 6. But this one, since it's just going down and it's going up and sideways again, a bear flag action. Let's see. Yeah, it's stuck right at the 618. So possibly if you can get over 338 here, that'll confirm this little move is over, and then further confirmation over 37. But until then, there's nothing bullish on it. Nothing macro bullish until you, of course, get over 6. But I guess just to do it, if that is the bottom and it does move over these levels and turn bullish, 618 retracement to get stuck is a 250% move. I don't know what this coin is or what their supply is or what the market cap is, but if they can hit 6 pennies, that's a 18.5x from today. VVV's trending on Coinbase, 30 million supply, 100 million market cap. Yeah, they were saying earlier that Coinbase was glitching out and having problems. And then someone said Uphold was not working right. I don't know why. VVV is trending. Yeah, it's because it's pumping. Trying to get up over and get over the 382. Let's see if this tells us anything. Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you draw it at. Yeah, we looked at this a lot when it first launched. Is that the whole chart? Yeah. Alright, so VVV, she is moving. You're above the 236, so you got to get over 474, 475 to be bullish again. And then break out over 874. Come on. And then I guess short term here, if you just want a price to kind of watch to see if the price is going to stay, the price action is going to stay bullish. As long as you're over 365, you're still bullish. But it is a nice little curl up and a nice little move. So this one, that's the bottom, and you finally get over the 618 and you go to a new high. Yeah, good 10x play here. I don't know how high it's going to go, but if that's the supply and that's how many's in circulation, and that should be extremely bullish. What is it at, $4? So if you think it's going to 100 plus, so 27x. What's up, Slava, my man? What's up, T13? You're holding 1 million XCN. Yeah, XCN will go back up at some point. I think someone said XCN back to a penny. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, that's what we said. If it falls any lower than this 18 level, then it's going to drop all the way down here. Why does it look so weird? Oh, there we go. But yeah, you do have the macro 0.5 at a penny. But if it's going to stay alive and stay bullish, it really needs to hold this 382 here. So a penny and a half. Cookie is falling. Did you buy Cookie? Yeah, I refuse to buy anything that's doing any sort of move like this. Yeah, it hit the 382. I think this is what we went over earlier. It has to get over 18 to be bullish. It spiked above it, but it's getting stuck at the moment. It doesn't look horrible. It is falling a little bit, but it's at resistance. Oh, this is what y'all bought earlier. Yeah, did he get his 19 or 20 cents? Yeah, I think he got 19. But yeah, it's just simply getting stuck. The only other thing we can really do is you got to get over that 382 and hold to be bullish, probably with a daily candle, and as long as you're over 15, you're still bullish. Yeah, if you can just get the daily candle to move up and hold over it, maybe we have something. But this is what we're seeing all over the market. Things are pumping up, getting stuck at the 382. If it's really moving, it's getting stuck at the 618. These coins are just trying to stay alive. What's up, monkey? A whole bunch of stuff just plummeted. Like what? It's probably because Bitcoin's pulling back a little bit. Just a hair of a pullback, and then that's it. We got Joseph for 2. I appreciate that. AWR, all will retire. AWR. Let me pull it up. AWR on Sol. I appreciate the 2. Yeah, I'm not going to chase anything either anymore. I chased XCN and I lost all that money. You guys, what are you guys talking about? Okay, let me go over here. AWR. AWR on Sol. What are we doing here? AWR on Sol. She got stuck at the 786. Little pullback. Why do we have so many on here? So high to the low, 786 came into play and you got stuck. You have to get over pretty much 77. But you are holding the 618. So as long as you're over 4.6, and then we'll pull up another one. There's no wicks here, so what can you do? Yeah, so as long as you're over 4.8, you're still bullish here. Even down to 3.3, but as long as you're over 4.8, you're good. Not a bad looking wick forming, so maybe it'll start moving back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that one off. Yeah, and I gave up on buying meme coins too, because it just never works out. I guess we're going to have to go there. So that 786 is in play. So this one, if it can break through, a new high would be a 5.5x up to 3, and then 5 cents for an 8.5x, and then 10 cents would be about a 17 or 16x. And Moonshot would be a 50x to 31. But like I said, if you push through this 7778 level, next stop is 3. I would take a 3x right now, or not 3x. That was 3 cents, but I would take a 3x right now. Okay, we got the right one up. Oh, man. Let's see what we got going. Frogs over dogs this bull run. Alright, so we got 22 people in here. We looked at Cookie. I appreciate the 2. Let me see. So Bitcoin's pulling back just a little bit here. Oh, she's back up again. She can't make up her mind. Come on, just let everyone pile into Bitcoin. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, we're just not moving. If Bitcoin could move, then we would move. Memes like Turbo would have been fine if DCA the whole time, but if you change the strategy or coin. Yeah, if I bought Turbo in the early days and I got that run out of it, I would get out and never get back in. It's like Turbo and Bonk, they both had massive runs. But it was nice because Turbo was one of my highest performing videos every day. Every time we would move up. And it's nice when we're this bullish, even though those are weekly candles and it took months before it went up again. But yeah, she's getting stuck also. At some point Turbo will move back up. But yeah, if you're buying in on all these red candles after breaking down here, yeah, 618 and she's done. It was a nice try, huh? What's up, Kansas Plowboy? Tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern, the big inflation report. What's tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday. You think inflation numbers will be good? Man, we can't keep the. If we go down tomorrow, that's just gonna be horrible. It's gonna be bad. What about SHIB? What's up? I'm free. Yeah, I just updated SHIB on the channel. She's not doing anything. She broke the macro trend, and she's just kind of sitting here. There's nothing bullish on the macro. You're making lower lows and lower highs. So zooming out to the monthly. I mean, we pulled it down to say it's the new trend, but we clearly broke the previous trend and back tested it here. And then it made a lower low. So you're still sitting on the 236. So I'll just point this out to begin with. So if it is bad information or bad news and we go down, then Shiba's probably gonna, if Bitcoin drops, then you're gonna have Shiba down here at 9. Especially now that it's down below the trend. It's trying to hold the 618, but it's getting stuck. So yeah, 30% drop is possible as long as you're below the trend. If you could get over 16 and we're bullish, then you're in a good spot. Get back over this previous trend and that 382. But as for getting stuck, most recent high to the low, right into the 236. So over the 236 and the double 382, then you can be bullish on Shiba. But until then, we'll see what happens with the market. We got hymns for 5. I appreciate that, my man. Would you say keep grinding, your channel gonna grow along with your portfolio? I appreciate that, my man. I appreciate the 5 and I appreciate that. Yeah, when we finally go bullish, the channel's gonna get insane. And if my beam coin would ever pump. Because I was looking at coins today. There's some other coins I want to put a couple of little plays in because I got one little play that it's, it may not take off for another month or two. So I need something to move now. But I appreciate that. Dogging me to what? Dogging me might go to a penny. I don't know if that's bullish or bearish. I don't remember where it was. I just remember it's in a possible pattern to where it's either going to break down or go. It's following Bitcoin and doesn't know what to do. Possible continuation down here. Oh, you say a penny, so that's to the upside. Yeah, a penny and a half, maybe 2 pennies. 30x from today. If it breaks to the upside and makes a higher high up here above the 2618, then definitely a penny. If it breaks down and comes all the way back down here, we'll just see what happens. But yeah, pennies is not bad. A penny on dog and me. Your average on GFI was $4. I had 5K coins or so. Now your average is $1.60. Yeah, you're gonna make it then. 'Cause she went all the way back down. So like I said, GFI is not a bad play. What's the fear and greed index? I haven't looked at that in ages. Where do I find that at? Oh, the stock market's at fear at 38. I didn't know this existed. Oh, this tells you pretty much everything. GDP growth, unemployment, inflation, interest rates. All right, let me pull this up. For just a minute. Yeah, here you go. Stock market fear is 38. Switch it over to crypto. Greed is at 60. Should I answer the poll? Your thoughts on crypto today? I don't know what to say. My thoughts on crypto today is we're bullish. Oh man. They want my information. That's unfortunate. Oh man. $130 to $145K. Yeah, that's a fair target. I think 127 is the next stop, and then we'll see what happens at that point. Fear and greed is neutral. Ow. Been sitting in this chair too long today. Yeah, but that's the way to do it. You just got to keep buying in. Just keep buying in, and then, I mean, we're in 2025, so it's gonna all pay off. Yeah, at least you learned. You bought Crow last cycle in the parabolic phase. That's where most people are gonna come into the market when everyone's talking about crypto again. They're gonna buy the giant green god candles, and they're gonna be like, what happened? I thought we were going to the moon. And be like, you bought it on the moon, dude. Going down now. Oh, it's probably more accurate because I don't know what that website was. I just typed it in and clicked the first one I saw. So it's probably neutral, like you said. What about ACH? Dang it. ACH is still Still macro bullish. Another coin I would love to get into. At some point. Let's see. Yeah, I hope my computer's feeling better because I'm getting cold. It's usually hot in here. But yeah, Dog and Me's not a bad play. ACH is macro bullish. I don't think she's going to go up anytime soon. So that probably tells us that even though we're getting these pumps on some of these coins, just don't get too excited. If it hits resistance, especially at 382 or 618, it's probably best to get out. I don't know, where's Kura? Can I draw a triangle pattern? Can I draw a triangle pattern here to see if we kill ACH back down? She had a decent little move up. We're drawing it. It's getting squeezed. It's above the 382, so ACH is about to make a move, maybe. Maybe see what the MACD's doing. Yeah, you're getting stuck. You're getting sandwiched between two 382s right now. As long as you're above 2.5, 2.6 pretty much, you got to get over 2.7.5. And then you'll have a little baby spike up to 3. Not a bad trade though. A little 18-19% move up. But yeah, ACH doesn't look bad. It's holding on the 382 and getting stuck at the 382, but on the macro chart, she's just curling up and it's very large, in my opinion, ascending triangle pattern. I mean, that just looks extremely bullish to me. I don't know when it's going to break out, but at some point when it finally gets over this box, which, yeah, we'll just leave it. We've had it forever. But once it gets over the 618 at 56, it's too late. You should have been buying in this accumulation. And then ACH to 50 cents would be at 18.5x. I think it's very possible. And if we're super bullish, maybe we get 80 cents to $1 ACH and you would get a 30x. 30x plus. What do we think about Rari? I'm betting on that SHIB coin since Pingu NFT is trading and really popular. Yeah, what is Pingu? Is that associated with Rari? I haven't looked at Rari in forever. Rari, Rarible. Yeah, what did this one do? Yeah, we haven't looked at this thing in forever. It's like two different downtrends broke, or uptrends broke. It looks to be on the final support. I would imagine that's why the green line's there. Yeah, you're like right at it. So with the wick down below, you would have to imagine that should be the bottom. So you got to get back over 127, and then the 618, of course, and then the 382, 280 to 320. We'll see if it's the bottom. If it's like you said and has something to do with those NFTs. Yeah, is anyone going to buy NFTs anymore? I wish they'd get popular again, and maybe the handful I have, I could sell them for at least $1. At least $1. That's all I'm asking for. Yeah, 618 retracement is almost a 6x, and then $13 to $14 would be a 10x. So Rari is a low market cap, I would imagine. It depends if the coins are all out. If this is still correct, then $80 if you want a moonshot for a 60x. But it's going sideways. It's on Coinbase. It's down at the potential bottom. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Can we look at AOS? Oh yeah, let me switch this song. Yeah, you guys never answered if the music was okay. Yeah, we looked at AOS earlier. I believe AOS is just simply getting stuck. AOS, I think this is where we were watching it. Yeah, it's stuck at the 786. It potentially hit the bottom. Yeah, was it this chart or was it the other one? Maybe it was the other. Alright, there we go. Low to the high. So this is the fuller chart. You hit the 382, you hit this bottom area. We're above the 618, but 236 at 43 is where we're getting stuck. And then going from the high to the low. Yeah, you're above. You're getting squeezed right now. You're above the 382 and below the 236. So short term, you're trying to be bullish. You're overall bullish, but if it can get over 43 and hold over 38, and then break out over 62. I do believe the bottom is in on AOS. As for where she's going to run to, if it holds up and starts getting over some of these levels, of course, if it can get over that, the next big stop would be this a 2x up to 83. And if she's going to come all the way up here, AOS to 12, maybe 15 bucks for a 27 to a 30x. What's up, DZ? DGen's not moving. Oh, you didn't get your money? That's unfortunate. What did we say we're looking at? Oh, she said, what's up, God? ACS, Toshi, spelling dogging me. Yeah, dogging me to a penny. It's still holding up. It's either going to break down or break up. ACS, is she still going down? Yeah, we were once bullish on ACS and then it broke down after it hit the 382. So it's getting stuck back at this area, clearly. Support now, resistance. There's nothing, I mean, it's lower lows and lower highs. So the only thing we can do, you got to get back over the macro 382 and 35 to have a be bullish. Excuse me. Right now, high to the low, 236. You got to get over 17 short term. But it's getting stuck, like I said, in this area. Yeah, the fact that she got stuck at that 3-2 and just died was ridiculous. Because that was once our 236 support. It looked bullish and then it just... So just short term, watch those prices. You got to get back over. I would imagine at some point it's going to come back up. So hopefully that's the bottom for it. And a 786 retracement, a 618 retracement would be a 5x up to 007, 008. And then pretty much a 10x to a penny. Penny and a half. Raven. Yeah, I remember when Raven was, jeez, when Raven was pumping, everyone was talking about it. Yeah, I gotta get a drink. Hold on. Alright, so what is this thing doing? So, I mean, it looks like the bottom is in. You're all the way back down here. If Raven Coin goes lower than this, then it's at that penny range. It's pulling a Myro. There's just so many coins, I have no idea what's going to do 50x's, 20x's. That's why my game plan is to get out at some reasonable prices. So Raven Coin is making lower lows and lower highs. Nothing bullish on the chart. Short term. Long term, it has to get over 3.5 pennies to be bullish, if that's the bottom. See if that is the bottom, high to the low to start off. You're getting stuck right at the 236. So short term over 1, 2, and then 1.5 pennies, and then you can be bullish on it to try to push up to get over 2. And then, like I said, the big price is going to be getting over 3. But then Raven Coin, if it ever makes a higher high, 6.5x up to 7.5, 618 retracement. That's probably where I would get out if I bought in now. And then your 11x up to about 14. Like I said, is it going to rocket up here from 1 penny to 75 cents? Maybe. That's a 64x. But doesn't this coin have something to do with miners? Yeah, DZ, we were waiting for you earlier because I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you can buy this coin or not, but FET, I don't know if it's still pumping. It was pumping earlier. Go do your volume thing and check, but FET is moving. Yeah, she's still moving here. Well, she hasn't moved since we looked at her earlier, but very bullish looking bottom chart, and she's starting to move. FET and then BCH. So maybe check those two out. I don't know what BCH's doing anymore. But the fact that they were moving and they had candles with no wicks and they're just moving a little bit. Yeah, BCH looks like it's trying to take off here. If it can break over this level here, may get BCH to start running. Yeah, it looks like it's right on that 618 area. But I guess there's nothing really moving. But looking at Bitcoin's starting to do the same thing, I believe. Especially if you go down to the daily and the 4-hour time frames. Kind of like it did back here, where it just made this weird up and sideways action and it just took off. It's doing it again, kind of. Even though she's coming back down again. Still getting stuck. It's alright, we're trying, but Poondex has volume. What is Poondex? He says Pepe, question mark. Are you asking them to look at Pepe? Fefe is just another Pepe frog coin. But it looks like the bottom is in on it. I wouldn't mind. I can't long it because it's not on Blowfin. I looked because I thought about it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're in here on Pepe. Getting a little, making a higher high, then we put in a higher low, and then we just went. So we could still end up coming down on some of these coins, but it's starting to curl up. There's so much going on the Pepe chart. What the hell? Oh, low to the high, the 3-2 held. It's been holding, so it looks to be bullish. It looks to be possibly the bottom's in on Pepe. What are we looking at here? Let me try a different one. Yeah, Pepe's got the same setup as some of these coins. It looks just like the beam chart. Double bottom with a higher low. You're above the 236, so once you get over this one area, and yeah, you came down, depending on where you draw it, of course. But you're bullish over the 236 at 8.5. But the chart here looks like it's about to start going up. A lot of things are doing the exact same thing. I guess it kind of reminds us of back in the day when we were looking at the pattern on XCN and so many others, Algo, and then one by one they took off. So I'm getting the same vibe, if you will. You guys remember us watching XCN forever. If I would have just had the money to buy at XCN, I know you can't do that, look back in the past and say what if, but what was it, right in here? Yeah, we were watching XCN forever, for months. She's about to go, and she went, pulled back, and then she just took off. One of these days I'll get a 20x. Poondex, I don't know what that is. I guess we looked at it before. Yeah, you just had the weekly, you just printed a weekly green candle and crossed bullish, but that's probably because it just went straight up. High to the low. Oh no, 618 retracement. Yeah, be careful with this one. It's above the 618 and it's already forming a wick. So that might be it. All right. You don't like Fefe and Pepe? There's a lot of fraud coins that are going to go to the moon. Even if you don't like them, they're still going to go. I actually still own... I don't know what I put in back in the day, but it's at 0 now. I think I bought $50 worth of Pepe 2.0. It's still sitting in my MetaMask wallet, I believe. but it's worth nothing. So I always forget about it. So if frog coins run, maybe Pepe 2 will take off. I haven't looked at that coin in forever. I forgot I had it actually. Pepe 2. Yeah, I don't even know where I bought in at. It was probably on a green candle because I was an idiot. It was probably up here. February of 2024. Yeah, because back in January or February of 2024, this is where I had my money in the market. So that's probably the time I bought somewhere up here, and then it just died and went to zero. Stupid frog. What's up, Charles? This crap is getting irritating. Why they won't let it go up? Yeah, it's just a game of patience. To me, it looks like we're about to get some. I mean, we're seeing some coins go up, but it's gonna be a slow bleed up. We're not even gonna know they're going up. We've been calling for bottoms and all this stuff for a while now, and now we're starting to see it a little bit, and it may be over before we realize it even happened. We're gonna be like, that was it? Yeah, we only got 12 people in here. Oh, it is 5:30. Yeah, if some of the coins aren't moving yet, and some of the other coins that I buy into and roll over into make a move, and if, you know, some of these Pepe coins are down at the bottom still, I'll probably buy in. What was I going to type? And then there's that one on Crow. Flog. Flog came down all the way to the 1618 to the downside. Yeah, Flog is doing the same thing down here. We got this little curl up going on. Just made a higher high. Yeah. This thing just looks like it bottomed out. It's over the 236. It's got that curl up to where it looks like it just wants to go. It's like they're fueling up the rocket right now. It's going to take them a month, but... and then we'll start going. Or 2 months, however long it's going to take. But Flog doesn't look bad here. All the frogs are going to the moon before we know it. What's up, Robert? Look at ice. Just landed on uphold. Yeah, what's another frog coin? All these frog coins died and now they're coming back to life. Ice. I think we looked at ice before, didn't we? Ice Open Network. Yeah, whatever happened to open? Is this the right one? Ice Open Network. Ugh. Yeah, she got a nice pump from... I guess it's going sideways. I would never buy anything with this kind of a chart, but it is going up. It's on uphold now because it's pumping, I guess. Well, at least our continuation pattern played out. So last time we looked at it, it went down, found the bottom. Got stuck at the 1272, excuse me. And then going from the high to the low, smacking into the 618 more likely than not. Yeah, you're right above the 618 with a wick forming. So it's probably done with the move for now, unless you stay over 7.3. But is that why I got put on uphold? Because, or is that why it's moving or moved? Nice, open protocol to the moon. But if you can stay above 7.3, 9.5 is your next target. And then if this thing's going to make a higher high from the 1414 and the 1272, 1618 at a penny and a half, not much of a move at 2x. And then a 3.5x up to 2.5. Man, I swear I don't know what they call it, hearing phantom noises. I always think my phone is buzzing. I always hear the noise, but there's nothing, and then sometimes it is something. But it's like always I hear the buzz noise. As long as you're over the 786, you're bullish. So that's your 236 at 6.4. Oh, the day will come we'll not be able to stop it, and they will just try. Wait, what? They'll try, but it just won't work. Yeah, 33 votes. Why is there always 12, or there's 18% said no today? People are not happy with the market. It's understandable. Even though I think we're about to go up. Just over an hour. Yeah, we're still waiting for some more people to show up, I guess. Just trying to do 2 streams today, that way I can get my revenue up to where I need it to be every day. And I did I think 12 videos today. Trying to get the ball rolling. Alright, let me switch the song. I can't even hear that. What's up, Hamid? Are you saying wind moon or wind to the moon? We're not going to the moon until ETH wakes up and does something, so that's not happening anytime soon. You may get some moves up like we're seeing, but I think we're going to get a move up, but we'll see. I mean, we're seeing coins already do it. How much do you make per stream without donations? I have no idea. Not much at all. It gets ad revenue for the, people watching it later, and you guys watching it now. Just like videos, but longer content. It makes a huge difference, because if we stream and there's no super chats coming in, and we go like we did before, we went like 2 months with nothing coming in. My revenue got cut over half, just flatlined. So the only way to keep doing this is streaming every day, and you guys supporting the channel. Even with little $2, $2 to let me look at a couple coins. It adds up and it helps. But yeah, before I started streaming, I don't even remember when I started, the channel was, it was just a hobby. And then when I lost my job, I was like, what, I gotta start streaming and seeing what I can do with this. And the channel skyrocketed. The revenue skyrocketed. It was amazing. How's Swift looking? Swift's in the same spot. She's not moving. As long as you're below 1.5, you're just stuck. She had a little breakout from the little pattern we drew, but then I was told to stop drawing them because it's falling right back down into it. It may turn into a wick still, and we can just turn it into, we'll just make it a different pattern. But Swift coin, until it gets over 1.5 pennies over the 382, Swift coin is just sitting here. But it doesn't look horrible. I think the macro bottom is in, but it's been holding up in the same spot pretty much forever. It's asked for all the time. But the 618, I believe, was the bottom, and it's just not moving yet. Has to get over 1.5 to be bullish. Yeah, is this music too loud? But if we don't completely die on the market, Swiftcoin's going to be a good play. I would get out of 10 to 20 cents, get my 15x, and then 50 cents would be the highest I would hold it. That'd be a 34, 35x, and then $1, you're in almost 90x. $1.25. Is that where they all are on X? Yeah, when I can get back on StreamYard, where I can stream on Twitter, because I gotta use StreamYard, but it's $50 a month, and then I can stream back on Twitter. But until then, not happening. Yeah, Swiftcoin is going to be a good one. Halo. I think the Bitcoin dominance is about to start falling. It's at the top of the channel. Win. Yeah, no one cares about Win anymore. It used to get views, but then they died. Because when I do a couple of updates on a video, it may get 1 subscriber here and there, but when there's no subscribers after a couple of updates, and it only gets like 100 views, it's just cut from the rotation. It's pointless. Yeah, Win pumped up to the 236 and got stuck, and it's over. She's already breaking down below it on the weekly. So until you get this thing over 6.4, there is no moon. There's no bullish case to be had. Decent little pump from the bottom, but like everything else, we're just stuck. And she's coming down to the 382, low to the high. Any lower than 352, then you're bearish again. It's just going to come down. But you're already macro bearish, so. But if it can somehow hold that 382 and get over the other 382, it'd be a 7x up to 3025, and then just ignore the market caps. A new high would be a 35x if you think it could do that. But I don't know if anyone's going to buy Win. No one cared about it, so. Yeah, this music's horrible. Is FET a scam? Why you say that? It's just a low market cap frog coin. It's got good liquidity. As long as you can get in and get out, don't hold it too high. But she looks like she's about to take off. What's up, Cryptomyolisis? How you doing, my man? Everyone hit the like button. Yes, please. It helps out a little bit. Yeah, does anyone know? I don't even know what these little buttons on the side do. The 100%, the face, the celebration, and the heart. Does that have anything to do with anything, or is it just random things? You're not on X, it's too complicated. Okay, I didn't mean to laugh at you. That was funny. It's not that it's complicated for me, it's just noisy. People just yap all the time on Twitter. Oh no, DZ's flipping bearish on us. He said the market's about to go down. I hope you're wrong. I guess you guys say we'll know tomorrow. Probably nothing's gonna happen tomorrow. This market's just gonna be still stuck doing nothing. What is LTO? Is that a coin? I guess it is. Yeah, you would have to imagine that's the bottom on this thing. Large wick down. If it goes any lower, it's going back to the shadow realm. All those monthly candles spawned in. So I'd imagine it's probably going to get back over the 786 here at about 4.5 and hold. But example of something I would never buy. Maybe buy it for long, just because the bottom looks like it's in. I don't know what it is. It's getting stuck right at that level. And then on top of that, it's probably hitting the 236 also. No, maybe not. It's a 382. So it's above right now. So if it can get over, then of course 786 and then 5.5, then possible the bottom is in. Which we can already see with our own eyes on the macro chart. It looks like the bottom is in. And then high to the low. Yeah, 618, 382 over 9 to be bullish. And then breakout over 21 and even more bullish. But if people are going to buy this coin, put in a higher high, not bad, almost a 10x up to 40. And if you're bullish on it, if you think it's going to hit the 1272 high at about 237, 240, it's a 55x. But I don't think I've ever heard of this coin. Yeah, is that what happened? You can be bull or bearish, just don't be a pig because you'll get slaughtered. I think of myself as a bull, even though I've never really made money in this. It's just always going down and taking my money. What's up, Ross? What's up, JY? Trump probably tweeting and speaking live. Yeah, he was speaking about something earlier. It had nothing to do with, I don't know. I guess every time someone opens their mouth, we go down. Yeah, Bitcoin started to drop back down below, and then things started falling. There's a couple of coins that are going in the other direction, but they kind of got stuck already. Probably because what's going on with Bitcoin. You just cannot seem to push through here. And that's why everyone's, screaming for us to be bearish. But yeah, we're getting stuck still. So if you're making money right now on a long, if you had a coin that's going up and you're making some money, just make sure you're taking profit at some point, not financial advice, unless you're just holding. Bobo. All right, let me pull up Bobo, and then I gotta go finally get a drink because my throat is dry as hell. I don't know why I never get one before stream. Bobo on MEXC. Looks like she's topping. Looks like the market's starting to top. Yeah, how long has this coin been out? Jesus. Is this Bobo the bear? What is this, Bobo? Wasn't there a Bobo the bear? Alright, so we're sitting on the 236 at the moment. If they can hold. So technically right now we're on the weekly chart, so if you can stay over this 3-4 level, bottom is in. Once you get over 54, you're bullish again. And then, not to complicate it, yeah, you just got stuck at that high to the low 3 too. So 4.5 up to 5.4, and then you're bullish. If you get over 4.5, it'll probably send you up to 5.4, because that's that smaller 3 too. And then clearly, once this thing gets over however many zeros at the 618, it's a 180, 190% move. Bobo possibly a 20x to a new high. Up to however many zeros, I don't feel like counting, 8.2. Alright, let me go get a drink, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Still got 22 people in here. Nice to see. So what are we going to look at? What's up, David? XCN. Yeah, ultimately we're looking at the same coins every day and they're just not doing anything. If anything, they're going down. Down and sideways. And then back up a little bit and then down and sideways. Yeah, XCN's losing this white line support area. So if it stays below 18.5, then you're probably coming back down to the 382 here. So it looks like it's coming down to 1.6. And then we'll see what happens. Yeah, so another 7% drop on XCN. And then we'll see if she holds 16.6 to stay bullish, and then we'll just take it from there. But like we've been going over, if you zoom out, it just double topped. So I don't know. May get a large retracement down. Someone said a penny, so it may come all the way down to the 618 and then get a bounce. Oh, come on. Sorry, Toshi. We just put Toshi on the bottom of the list. Yeah, Toshi's still grinding up, making higher highs and higher lows. It looks, I mean, if it's not going to break down, it's holding this trend here. So I would say no lower than 3.8. But it doesn't look horrible. We're just going to move this out of the way. But that's what I'm talking about. You know, some sort of a trend here. But she broke the downtrend and she started to curl up. So what did she get stuck at? A 382? No, not quite. Didn't make it that high. So you do have the 236 here also. So as long as you can stay over that level. I mean, it's just a slow grind up. Sideways and up. It's the fact that we're just not going straight up is, of course, because we're not bullish. But I don't know how long it's going to take, but if it's going to go up here and put a higher high in, it could, 9.5, 10x from here. Unless it comes down and back tests this trend again. It could be setting up for something like that, to where it's going to come down and put in, after it broke the trend, put in a higher low, and then go. That would be your big double bottom, higher low pattern. And she could not, not go up for a couple of months, or a couple of weeks at least. Man, where'd my energy go? I feel drained. What's up, Stormtrooper? Cookie's back on the move. Move down. Cookie. Yep, she's trying again. Trying, but that 382 is being pesky. Stormtrooper's bullish on Toshi, huh? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday bullish for crypto. You think we're gonna get bullish news tomorrow? I mean, it doesn't even matter at this point. It's just like, just let go of the market already. Let us just go. Yeah, the dominance is still at 64. Go to the monthly candle. I mean, it's at the top again. Yeah, the S&P looks good to me. Alright, so I guess we've looked at everything, huh? What's up, Stone Santa, my man? How you doing? Let's see. Yeah, trying to get my energy back. It's probably because I haven't eaten today. But I got me a piece of beef jerky. Sorry, hope you can't hear me chewing. What is Solana doing? Yeah, Solana's holding up. Just not doing anything. Stuck at the 382, just like everything else. So Solana back over pretty much 150 be bullish again. But it looks like the macro bottom was in off of that wick. Alright, I had to pause it for a moment. Alright, so what is another coin we haven't looked at in a long time? Yeah, is there anyone else streaming right now? It's like, where's everyone at? XCN, no. Oh, Vision streaming. That's probably where a lot of people are. I don't want to get caught with ads, but let's see. I can pop out the chat, can I? Yeah, pop out chat. And then let's go to YouTube. Let's see here. How do I do this? Yeah, where'd the chat go? Yeah, I can't wait to become a larger YouTuber. Now we get 100, 200 people in the chat. Alright, where's the chat at? Back over here. I'm trying to reload. Hold on. You have to come out before June. AI XBT, yes we can, David. Thank you. It gets slow here because there's nothing. We've talked about all you guys' coins. You guys already came in and left. You said, look at my coin, and then you're just gone. That's what people do here. You still believe in sell and may go away? If we're bearish in May and we go down, and it's going to get pretty brutal. Yeah, this one doesn't look bad. This is just another coin that curled up. It's holding support. It needs to get over 18.5 to be bullish. And then 35 is your breakout to the moon. And just keep it short term on this one here. Yeah, if it can get over the 382, this thing's going to be bullish because all this support back here, if we draw a box like we do, it's your pretty much macro support and resistance area. So if it can move up and get over that 382, then you would have something here. We just need a couple of coins. Like, we need a handful of coins to start running. Just you know, run a little bit. Just to get the eyes back into the space. Then people will pile back into the stream, and then more people will come back into crypto, and then we can slowly build the case for a bull run. Alright, as long as you're over the 236 here, you're pretty much bullish. Short term. Wasn't last May bullish? What's up, Randy? Buying more Maneki if it stays at this price? There's a good chance it will, because we never go anywhere. Yeah, so what was Bitcoin May of 2024? Oh, we gotta go way back. Oh, we're on the daily candles, no wonder. So 3-day. Yeah, we were bullish last May. I mean, we moved down a little bit, but then for the rest of May, we went straight up. So what are you guys talking about? I guess for most of the month it was bearish. Then 10 days it was bullish. Yeah, because then in June it was over. So almost mid-May we pumped. Not a huge pump, but it was at least a pump. And the fact that we're pumping now and we're getting stuck, man, I hope we're bullish. I don't know about you guys, but I'm bullish. Yeah, I agree. Hard to predict anything at this point. This weird market cycle we're in. I think it's just off a bit. Yeah, what are you talking about? Wonder if I ask for coins, will they tell me? I don't ask, I just listen to this when they are here and I get flashes. What does that mean? Buying more Maneki if it stays at this price. But I know it's wishful thinking to think we're gonna pump. Oh no, Maneki's topped out. Why is she falling down so hard? If it stays at this price. You're down below the 236 now. I would say that you're trying to form some sort of... No, you're not. No. Doesn't look good for Maneki right now. You're down almost to the 618. Any lower than 16, then there's a good chance Maneki's coming back down. Just like we keep watching a higher low on the double bottom. So she made by, you said Friday? Maybe she'll be down there for you. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell. Crypto is so nuts. 4-hour time frame. It looks like it's about to get a little pump back up. Not much of a pump. We got a little falling wedge going on down here. Man, it got hot here quick. Yeah, if you guys want me to look at something, just name it. Because usually over an hour in the stream, we're done looking at everything, the super chats stop, and then we just end because there's no one here. I can't wait to get 100 people back in here. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out all the time. I think it's the same 20, 25, 30 people all the time in here. And I can't wait for you guys to make it. It's going to be great times when you guys make it. Alright, what should a new poll be? I'm ending this one. Yeah, I guess I need to do that poll more often because it gets more likes. Tara. Yeah, so what are you guys that are in here left? What is your biggest holding? Not all your coins, just your biggest holding. Araxa. Oh man, she's right on the 382. Yeah, there's your example, Kura. I drew a triangle pattern and it died. We're just gonna stop drawing those. Yeah, you're holding the 382 still. You're making lower lows and lower, or you were making lower lows and lower highs. Or lower highs, rather. What's this coin doing on the macro chart? Yeah, you would have to imagine if you're looking to buy this coin, this is probably the bottom. Because if it drops lower than this, then it's just gonna fall off the table big time. I mean, this bottom. So any lower than this 382 area, yeah, she's gonna drop 50%. So if I was ever to buy this coin, I would see that and I'd be like, not a bad time to buy in. Of course, you have the 618 and then the 786 down here, but I would say if you take out this area, and it could go all the way down here to 001. Hit this volume area and then finally bottom out, but I don't think there's time for that. I don't know what this coin is, but looks to be some sort of a bottom. What's up, Ari? Holding a Swift, Ethereum. Oh, Ross is an Ethereum well. So where are you getting out on Ethereum at? 10 grand? Where'd our Ethereum chart go? You guys know my biggest holding. It's Beam. Beam to the moon. Yeah, I think once Ethereum finally wakes up, which, you know, whatever that's going to be, I think 10K on Ethereum is very possible. Yeah, those aren't bad. Swift, Moon, and Cookie. Ethereum and Sol almost equal. You must have a lot of Ethereum and Sol. Because those coins are just gonna do 5x's or so. Yeah, they're gonna go up. And it looks like when Ethereum runs, Sol's gonna run. Until then, it's doing nothing. $6.8 to 11K, or 6, 8, and 11. That's when you're taking profit. Those aren't bad. Alright, I gotta turn this air back on. I'm about to melt away now. Let's see. What is vision streaming? Kind of the same thing. Here, if you send him super chats, he'll look at coins for you. Same way we do with FIDs. That's where I got started at, if you don't know that. I was in his community forever. I still watch him every once in a while. I didn't know he was going to stream when I streamed because I was watching for him all day and he hadn't streamed yet. I was like, man, he's going to stream when I stream watch, and he's doing it. So that's where a lot of the people are. Plyboy's a Litecoin Moon Boy. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. See what they say tomorrow. We're either gonna do 3 things. We're gonna do nothing. We're probably not going to pump, or we're going to dump. It would be nice to get a pump, because I really need my coin to pump, because if it doesn't pump soon, yeah, if this coin doesn't start moving up soon, another 2 weeks, and then I'm going to have to get out of it. Yeah, it's playing with everyone's blood pressure. It already took mine. Andy on ETH. Yeah, Andy's in the boys club, 80. What chart should we look at? Andy, Pepe, and Brett, ain't it? But the ultimate macro chart, never mind. Yeah, this one's all the way at the bottom too, and it already pumped. So if we were looking at it back here, we'd probably said that was the bottom. You're getting stuck right at the 382. So keep it simple. You have to get over 7.4, 7.49. But we're seeing everything just get stuck right at that 382 to not be bullish. And that candle's holding you 236. So as long as you're above pretty much 6.5, you're bullish. But you got to get through 7.4 or 7.5. But it is already getting stuck. So if that is it and you can't get over that, then you might have a 30% drop back down to the 236. But Andy should have a decent run. If we zoom out, it's just down at the bottom. 200x, come on now. A new high would be a 10x to 8.6. And then you have a penny, and then if you're lucky, a 30x. But I think these bigger meme coins are all going to do 20 to 30x's. So a penny would be a good price to get out for a 16x, and then 2 pennies for a 30x. But that's only going to happen once you get over 3014. Yeah, it's starting to get old. We got David for 2 virtual protocol. Virtual. I appreciate the 2, my man. Yeah, virtual's over the short term 382, so bullish over $1.09. But you're getting stuck right at the 236 at 140. And the 0.5 at 147. But if you can get through that, breakout would be over pretty much $2 on virtual. So if you can get virtual over $2, then it'll probably run up here and hit the 1272 at 10. But it is at resistance right now. Not only the fib, but you can see support, turn resistance. So we can see if we can break it. And I'd imagine if you break it, you probably got to break over $2. And do a 7.5x up to $10 would be the next stop. But she is getting stuck at the moment. But you are low to the high, macro bullish over 62. So virtual doesn't have a bad overall chart, but we just need some follow through here. The whole market's doing this right now. We're getting this little move up from bottoms. It's just hopefully it's not a fake out to where we pumped up and then we're just going to die back down. That could actually be the case. What's up, Kevin? AVT. I'm 1 year in this thing. I got caught up in the XRP hype. Oh, so you weren't here last time, Ross? Yeah, just make sure you have a game plan on when to get out. Don't believe any influencer that says it's going this price, that price. Even the communities, because it's probably not going to happen. I learned with ADA and Cardano and SHIB. I was new, scared to put money in, but I put a little amount. But I didn't know what crypto really was, and then I was told it was going to this price, that price, and it never hit it. Tara, please. Yeah, we just did Tara. Did you miss it? Yeah, we did Tara. Like 5 minutes ago. Unless you're watching on a delay. Tara is pretty much at the bottom. It's not a bad spot to be buying in. It's on the 320034. Just looking at the monthly, the large move down. Clearly there's support here, support here, support here. If it falls any lower than this, you do have low to the high, 618, 236, 786 here. So if it goes any lower than this, then you run the risk of this thing absolutely falling off the table. So I would imagine if I was buying this coin, I would say that's the bottom I'm buying in. Up to a 63% drop, but more likely than not, 50% drop. But it just looks like it's trying to put in a bottom. But if that is the bottom and you buy in, I don't know what this coin is. But if it goes to a higher high, over 5.5, so maybe 10 cents, it'll be a 20x, and then the 1272 official retracement up to 20. So 10 cents and then 20 cents. Maybe a 40x. But I don't know what this coin is. Learning and researching as much as possible I can, reading charts and fundamentals, content like yours helps compare my charts. Yeah, that's how I started out too. AVT is a good coin. I like AVT. I think she broke the trend, but I still like AVT. Their coins they have out, low supply. It's on Coinbase. Yeah, she got back above the trend that or not that trend, I guess this trend. Anyway, it looks like the bottom is in. I mean, if that's not the bottom on it, but they got real good tokenomics, so I think AVT is going to be a winner. So these low market cap coins on Coinbase, I think shipping and AVT I'm more bullish on now. Just for the fact that we've been covering them more and learning about them more. I don't know what this green line is here. Anyway, we're going to move it. So maybe that was your 236. Let's see. Once this thing gets back over 285, you're bullish clearly. Once you get back over this double top at the 0.5 at 374, then that's probably when this thing's going to fly to the moon. And if it goes to a new high, you're looking at a 13x pretty much to $21. That's probably where I would get out. But I do think it's very possible to hit that target. Yeah, you're above the 236, so once you get over the 236 on the macro one, so once you get over pretty much 205, that's when you're back to being bullish on AVT. And the macro bullish over 285, breakout over 490, $5. But breakouts, like I said, it's probably over this level here. Yeah, just don't let the greed set in. Don't let the FOMO kick in either. That's why you guys are on here. We're buying now before the run. You guys have been buying in while everyone's screaming bear market. So yeah, you guys on the channel here that have been buying in some coins, you've been buying the fear. So you're absolutely going to make it. You're absolutely new. Or you're super new. Bought 2 books and I'm hoping to slowly learn and watching too. Yeah. I did mine. I did just watching people, and then just anything you have a question about, Google it on YouTube, and there's a video out there for everything. There's a good website is Investopedia. If you go to Investopedia, they have topics on everything. What's up, mobile painting? Yeah, you joined the channel on JB717. Okay, you got 2 accounts. It's all good. Yeah, I like that strategy. 2 to 7x plays and just roll over. Alright, so no one's here anymore. AXL. I guess we'll do AXL, and that's going to be it for the day. I don't think I can sit in this chair much longer. I've actually been sitting here all day pretty much, doing the videos and getting ready for the live streams. What the hell is going on with AXL? Is this AXL? Hey, that's what you said, ain't it? AXL, okay. Yeah, she just, you know, they're doing what Toshi just did. I don't know why we have 2 of them on here. But she just broke the downtrend. You're over the 236. High to the low. You got to get over 47. But it's not a bad spot breaking the downtrend and starting to move up. Well, I guess we just pulled it out of the way. So short term over 66, bullish over 47. And then let's pull this back up. And on the macro, 47 again, you got to get over that. And then 66. So they're pretty much lining up. Macro bullish over 66 and then a breakout over about 114. An AXL to the moon, a new high would take you up to $5 and give you a 13x. XDB, what is that? XDB. Is that an older coin? I want to say I've heard of that, but I don't remember it. Right. I guess we should have some sort of a chart here. Yeah, this one's going sideways. This is the kind of chart I like. It depends on where you can buy it at. And of course, what it is, the community. Not a bad potential here. So this one's down below. Clearly the monthly candles are showing it's just hitting the 236 and getting stuck. So if you're gonna buy this one, possibly at the bottom, 8.7 and then bullish over 202. And then from where you are today, just to get to the 382 retracements at 8x. 0.5 at 4. 618 retracement in the bull market. If people are gonna buy this coin, would be a 30x. So that's not a bad move. Just got to make sure people are going to buy this coin. And I would say a moonshot would be 2 cents, 786 retracement. It's probably not going to go higher than that because I don't even know what this is. Not that I have to know what the coin is, but just do a little bit of research on these coins. High to the low, you're stuck right below the 786 at the moment. But like I said, zooming out here, it's been doing the same thing. Higher high, higher low. So you can imagine that should be the bottom. Alright, we'll end it with Super Ferrari. Super, no, we have not done super. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow doing the same thing, probably 2 streams again. It's the last day of the month. I know we may be bearish or bullish tomorrow, but I got to get the most revenue I can in today and tomorrow. Or next month is going to really suck for me until I get a good job. So 2 days left to get, well, this day's over now. Super, yeah, I mean, it seems to be the bottom on super is in. Unless we're going to break down clearly, but that 382 macro support area, I mean, if you're adding to your position, it's not a bad spot. Once it breaks over the 786 at about $1.95 to $2, that's when you'll get the spike up to the moon. New high would be 15 up to a 22x. But it's holding up well. And just try to keep it short term. I mean, we got the curl up on pretty much everything, so hopefully there's some follow through. High to the low, yeah, right at the 382. So short term, you got to get over 73. All right, but yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in here. I appreciate the couple of super chats that came through. Hopefully tomorrow we're bullish. Hopefully we get some sort of a move. It would be nice to be bullish on the last day of the month. But I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out and learning every day and hanging out. Listen to David Gilmour / Kate Bush running up that hill. Oh, you know, you heard. You lost chat. It's all good. All right, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, everyone.